Today we're talking about thermostat wiring. So specifically, this is thermostat wiring. You can buy it in rolls at your local home center. This one is 18.5, so it's 18 gauge, 5 wire, and 5 different colors inside the wire. So here's your standard thermostat. Some thermostats are programmable, meaning you can set a schedule as to when the air conditioning will turn on, when the heat will turn on, etc. Or at what temperature you want it to be set at during different times of the day. You can save money on your energy bill by using a programmable thermostat. This one is a simple, non-programmable thermostat. A couple key things to note: when you're installing a new thermostat, you'll notice the up arrow. So check on your thermostat, make sure you install it correctly with the up arrow pointing up. Make sure it's level. Some thermostats even have a built-in bubble level. Some thermostats, like this one, take 2 AAA batteries. Some use them as a backup. This particular thermostat uses those AAA batteries as the thermostat's power source to actually make the connections inside across the terminals. So if your batteries die, your air conditioner may not turn on, your heater may not turn on, etc. So that's one simple thing to check if you notice your air conditioner doesn't turn on or your heater doesn't turn on. Also, installing a new thermostat, some of them have this switch. If you have a gas furnace or electric or heat pump. In our case today, we're working on a gas furnace, and it also has an air conditioning system, with the condensing unit outside. But no heat strips, no heat pump, no reversing valve in this demonstration. So this is how the thermostat gets wired. And on the other end, it connects to the control board inside the furnace or air handler. So you see in this case, green to green, red to red, white to white, yellow to yellow, and the blue we do not hook up in this case on the circuit board if you needed to hook it up, but we don't need it in this particular application. So that's just an extra wire you just wrap around out of the way. You can use that in the future if one of the other existing wires gets broken or damaged.
Woo!
Then you'll note that on the thermostat, there is a jumper between R and RC. So that's R is 24 volts for heat, and then RC is 24 volts for cooling. But if we take a close look at this circuit board, we see that on the C terminal, there's a white wire coming off, and on the Y terminal, there's a red wire coming off. Those 2 wires are going outside to the condensing unit, and the wires connect to the coil on the side of the contactor. So when the thermostat calls for cooling, it'll send 24 volts out to the coil, energize and pull in the contactor, and allow 240 volts to go to the condenser cooling fan and to the compressor. You'll also notice this one circuit board has a TWIN terminal that is not used. That's for if you had 2 furnaces connected together. But here again, it's not applicable. So if we look in the thermostat manual, again, it tells you how to mount the wall plate, how to connect the wires, and you see again, green to green, yellow to yellow, white to white, red to red, and it tells you to remove the metal jumper if you have both R and RC wires. So if we look on page 6 here, alternate wiring. So if wires will be connected to both R and RC terminals, you want to remove the metal jumper. Do not use C or X, wrap bare end of wire with electrical tape. If you have a heat pump without auxiliary backup heat strips, connect O or B, not both. If you do not have a heat pump, do not connect B, wrap bare end of wire with electrical tape. So again, we don't have a heat pump in this example today. And place a jumper or piece of wire between Y and W if you are using a heat pump without auxiliary backup heat strips. And again, make sure you install your batteries. So if you look inside the cover panel on your furnace, the access panel you take off to gain access to the blower motor, to the circuit board, and of course make sure you flip the power off, the main power switch, before you take the panel off. But flip that panel around, and on the inside there should be a wiring diagram, and if you look closely, you'll see the thermostat terminals on that wiring diagram, and you can see how it tells you to wire it for your particular furnace or HVAC system. So in this case, again, yellow to yellow, white to white, red to red, green to green, and then your common, or C to C. Excuse me. You'll also see this says C note 5, C notes 2 and 3. So note 2 is thermostat heat anticipator setting is 0.38 amps. Note 3, for proper operation of cooling speed, Y terminal must be connected to the room thermostat. And then of course, note 5 is when twinning two furnaces, both units must be connected to the same 115 volt phase. Connect the two units twin terminals with the 14 to 22 gauge wire. So just FYI. And then just a quick note also on this wiring diagram, you'll see your dip switches. It tells you how to set them and how they come preset from the factory.
Wow.
Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.